Hello and welcome to Best Replays of the Week, Director's Commentary with me, Luke, and Ari the Editor. Hey, Mary.
Hi, good morning.
This time we're going to actually talk about the episode and not some random junk. So here we go into the first replay of which episode number is this?
132, and I'm really excited for the start. This start, what I had to make here, it took hours upon hours, but the end result, oh, it's so sweet.
I love these new transitions you're doing, man. They're great.
Oh, please don't hit me. Oh, you know those moments where you don't want to get hit by someone or they need to bounce? I just decided to meme those parts just a little bit more.
Yeah.
And of course all the other lower third stuff. This E100, he had an amazing last stand. This is actually the kind of games that happen when someone or the entire enemy team, they don't camp. They're like, oh, 1 versus 5, right? We can do this. I love this episode.
It's those situations where I always find it interesting when we're writing the script, when I've seen the replay, and I know that if they had just capped, they would have won. Easily.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's the time where the no-cap kill-all crowd overtake it and manage to go ahead and say, like, hey guys, let's go and kill this guy. They rush 1 by 1 and die, and that's how these heroic land stands. And I'm just like, we're encouraging bad behavior here.
Well, kinda. It's like, it gets the content. Yeah, the CTC drowning and denying the pulse medal for the E100. Oh, that was kind of unsportsmanlike there. You also saw a couple of comments on the bottom. Oh.
The lead transition.
I mean,
by the way, I'm without audio, so if I don't commentate on the script so much, that's why. I just realized you're not actually sending me back the Best Replays of the Week audio. You didn't solve that problem.
Oh, I thought that's why we went with 3, 2, 1 go on YouTube video. Uh-oh.
It's okay.
It's fine.
We'll do the reverse. We'll do it on my channel next time, because I actually can send you the audio from the Best Replays of the Week. I sorted it out, you know, because apparently you can't do audio, sir.
Apparently not. I'm only good for video.
Although, ironically, you probably sound much better with your Yeti than I do with this Sennheiser headset.
Oh yeah, that could be. Yeah. The Scorp replay. Literally, the biggest gamble is going on the hill with this tank, and it pays off so good. I mean...
Well, it's one of these tanks that doesn't have the camo, not with this sort of mobility, but they have the ability to pop out, take the shot and go back, so if you roll the dice right, the enemy don't overwatch you, then yeah, it can be great, of course.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of those moments where I just got in the action. What's that? Like where it was drifting? Did you like that? That was a kind of shot. That
I love these dynamic shots. They're always really nice. Sometimes they feel a bit out of place because the rest of the episode is just the player's perspective, and then you get these cool moments. But I really appreciate them. I think they're really cool, and it's a good place for you to flex your creative juices.
It's also a part where if you want to cut point of view of the player and point of view of the player, so to say, like you have 2 scenes you want to cut to each other, it's way easier to just go into a scenic view like this and then cut from do the point of view in between those, and it makes for a way better shot.
It's the wide shot versus med shot versus close up. This is something that we drilled on the first few years of doing this together, and it was like, look, well, I don't know if everyone at home knows, but for me, it's really important that the story is always coherent. So that when the tank turns around, I want it to be shown that he turned around, because not everyone is as good as you. So they don't automatically know that the guy is teleported across the map. Well, of course he went like this, and this, and this, which is what you argue a lot. And I was like, look, you've got to imagine that you are actually better than most, and you have to show, at least cinematically, that the guy is relocating so that it doesn't... I mean, this is meant to be a movie, right? This is a TV show.
Right, yes.
So it should flow like that, not highlights of a gameplay. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not random events together. We're trying to string together a story.
Right, exactly. Well, that was kind of why the shot where the ISU just before when he died was kind of bad, because I was expecting him to just flank around, but he went all the way back around, and having to show that was kind of distracting, because then I would have to put in another scene where he just drives around again after killing the type, and it was like, I'll take that I'll take that other shot and I'll just fit it in there. I could have faked it and not show the ELC in the back, so it made more sense even, but I just...
And that's something we might want to actually admit, is sometimes what you see in the replay isn't chronologically correct. Sometimes events happen in different orders, but it just helps the narrative to take it out of sequence.
Yeah, definitely.
So sometimes you'll see the timer, if you watch really closely, the time will go back. We don't do it very often, but sometimes, I don't know, the player looks really bad if we show every moment because they did do something silly, and we all make mistakes sometimes, right?
Yes.
So we don't want to look bad because the replay is good, so we change things around so their decisions look a bit more premeditated when they're actually a little bit more lucky.
And it's funny that you say it, because on this replay, actually one of the bigger, well, let's say time gaps is expanded upon, because I've not even shown them in different chronological order than they happen, but also just made an entire tank disappear from view. So it's, yeah, I hope you don't notice, but it's a Scorpion that should be in the scene. It's coming up really soon. And of course, this replay was layered upon with Formula 1 jokes, which people really like. I mean, there seems to be a lot of commenters, a lot of overlap with Formula 1 racers and World of Tanks. This is the scene what I talked about. There is a Scorpion that is above the 430, but I just completely removed it. And this is the part where we just get back to it. So we just go back 30 seconds in time. And that's
there was a time, I want to point out, there was a time where low resolution videos were not allowed. People, we were overrode by the Minsk editing team, who wants everything to be pristine and high quality, and I was like, I want the show to be a bit more memey. So if zooming in to a point on the screen would make the resolution so low that it pixelates, just do it. If it's funny, do it. If it allows the audience to follow the story, do it. That's the most important thing. Like sod graphics, like make it pretty if you can, but it's not top priority. Story and entertainment is the most important.
The manager doesn't like those shots, even if they're funny. So I just put them in there from time to time, and he's like, nope. He wants it to be a bit more pristine.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, we rebel. We try and do it for the memes as much as we can.
Yeah.
I've noticed that in this episode you did a lot of shakes.
Yeah, just
to go between scenes. That was a new style for you. What made you think to do that?
More of a trying to find a way of how do I fit. Oh, I like that part as well. More of a how do I fit two point of views together without going into a scenic view. So then I was like, okay, then maybe if we just shake it up, literally, maybe that works.
It works somewhat, and I'll give you feedback live. To me, if you want to give really accurate feelings in these moments, you should give the shutter from the direction the tank moved so that the audience felt like they know which direction was traveled. Instead of just random shakes that sometimes look good, sometimes looks out of place, have it so that the if they teleported to the right, like they were traveling to the direction of right, when you skip the scene, just shake to the right, like you were doing Etch-a-Sketch, and that way people would understand that he kind of teleported to the right, like it was like a zip. And if he goes forward, do the same, you know, like shake forward, and that way the audience member can kind of follow along, like, oh, that motion kind of told me where the tank teleported.
I like that.
And that will allow you to time skip, but also not go to the scenic shots and the establishing shots.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, well, I've written it down.
I just saw your chat. This headset, I look like an alien. It's just a Sennheiser GSP 550. So you can look it up. It's a monster set.
It's enormous.
Absolutely monstrous.
But I mean, it's fine. It does the job really well, right? So.
Well, the microphone is a bit amplified. I don't know why, but it's like compressed or something. Like they have a driver, and it really always sounds very aggressive. It sounds like it's peaking, but it's not so loud. It's
okay. And this replay, by the way, my god, I've not seen a last stand on a hill like this ever. What an insane replay, just insane. Not just the mistakes that the enemy made, but also, I mean, the way he plays and he makes the opportunities and he just makes it work. That's so intense.
He's far better than I am.
I mean, he made the correct decision almost every single time. I would say there's a couple of mistakes, but
he had to, right? I mean,
to get to the end.
I mean, that's kind of a given with Best Replays of the Week that the guy made 99% of the correct decisions and one bad choice and they're game over. Not always the case, but mostly the case.
By the way, for the next upcoming RD changes where they increase like the shell tracers, that shot just there when you just look up, that should have been so much cooler because you have those tracers. And now it's just only the explosions, which makes it feel a little bit empty. I mean, yeah.
I love this shot. This shot is the best shot of this replay. It's like, oh my god. This is the balance, though. We have to have replays where the enemies are smart, because there is no way a decent enemy team would have done that. And a good enemy team would have dug him out of that position. But there has to be a fine balance, because if we excluded replays where the enemies were like not super, we'd only be able to do clan wars, right?
Basically,
And in that case, it actually isn't as entertaining as you think. It's like Hollywood films. The hero is basically invincible, right?
With plot armor all the way through. Yeah, that's
exactly.
nothing. Yeah, true. For that scene, the best scene of the replays, I should say, it's with a shot. I actually had to change the mod 1 all the way in the top right because he was his platoon mate. I just made him an enemy on the OTM. That's the overtank marker, so it just looks way more like a death. The enemy team died here.
Oh, so there was one friendly there.
There was one friendly there.
That's good trick. That's one of those creative licenses that sometimes happen in the show. That if you watch, because we actually have a YouTube channel called Best Replays of the Week. You can go there and watch the actual replay. So if you ever wanted to like see it in full details and learn from it a bit more, you can for sure just go and watch it. But there are some creative licenses we have.
Of course, I mean that makes some shots just work so much better, and well, that's kind of the point, right? Make it easy to watch, better to follow, and that's just all the advantages that you should embrace as an editor.
Exactly, and as creative force, because this is again meant to be fun more than anything. And I think that brings us to the end of the episode, and this was the first director's commentary where we stuck to our guns and actually talked about the episode in question, so I hope everyone liked it the way that we've done it. And for the people who want to hear more of just me and Ari nattering about nothing, we have the new Tankers Club over on my YouTube, and that's for the Best Replays of the Week Elite guys, which are you, and therefore come along and listen to us natter, and these director's commentaries will be more or less now purely about the show itself.